This is the Jason Walker Show. Two-time National Sports Media Association Montana Sportscaster of the Year and three-time loser, the Jason Walker Show. The best local and statewide sports coverage, featuring the biggest guests from Montana.
Flint Rasmussen joining us here on the Jason Walker Show.
He's freaking exhausting, too. You used to dance a lot more. Yeah, I know, lady. I'm 51 years old now.
The NAI Hall of Famer Mike Van Diest joining us here, Jason Walker Show. And is it just a deal where quarterbacks have to be good golfers?
Well, that's all they have time for. They don't work out. They don't lift weight. They don't do anything else. They might as well go get on the golf course and at least have some fun.
And from across the country,
Doug Gottlieb, our guest here on the Jason Walker Show.
End of the day, remember, it's your show. It's got your name on it.
Howie Mandel, our guest here.
Jason Walker, deal or no deal?
the Jason Walker Show.
Hey, what's up? Happy Monday. The Jason Walker Show, presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice. Where do you have it repaired? Choose Capital Collision Center. Big show today. We're talking lots of hoops. Frontier Championships tonight and tomorrow. We've got divisionals. We've got challenge games tonight in the Gallatin Valley. We have, what else we got? Divisionals this week. Did I mention that? We got a lot. So we'll talk to Guy Almquist and Ben Dudek of the Capital Boys and Helena High Girls, respectively, as each closes out the regular season strong and looks ahead to divisionals this week. Western AA in Helena. And much more. Our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week is coming up. If you'd like to get a nomination in, you can. At JWalker Sports on the Twitter. 406-209-1267 is our number. Jason at JasonWalkerShow.com is our email. Hope you had a good weekend. You can watch this show on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You can listen on Podbean, Network One Sports, TreasureStateRadio.com, and so many more. Go to JasonWalkerShow.com. First opening segment, as always, brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, the premier log home company in the industry with three distinct divisions, milled, handcrafted, and timber frame. They'll craft you a home lasting for generations. Get a hold of them at yourcustomlog.com. All right, so lots and lots of hoops. Had a fun night back in the PE Center on Friday night, calling basketball. Carroll College, and it was fun. Carroll that game with MSU Northern was so good. Northern came out to play. You knew they were gonna. Sean Hughes is a really good basketball coach. And it was just a fantastic basketball game. Jovan Slovanchinin leading the way for the Saints. And tonight now they play Montana Tech because Sindhu Diallo hit a layup with about a second to go to lift Tech past Western and avoid the upset on Friday night in the semi. So Carroll at home tonight against Montana Tech. Bless me. That game over on SWX Montana tonight. So that'll be fun. And then tomorrow night we got the women playing. Number 11, Carroll at number 10, Rocky. Rocky just pasted Montana Tech in the semifinal Saturday. It wasn't even close. And it was a 71-39 win. Rocky now 25-4. Shauna Bribieskis had 4 first-half threes in that game. She had 14 to lead the way. But Rocky with 9 trays on the game, and so now they get to host Carroll, which was a big winner over Providence. Remember last week, those two teams, Carroll women and Providence women, played to. It was about 10 days ago. Played to a 93-92 double overtime game. Parker Esri had 39 points in that one, a career high. Well, Carroll's defense turned up. And I said last week, they got to figure out a way to shut down Esri. Well, they did. They had to make some shots. They did. They won 63-51. Yeah, they held Providence to 42 less points than the previous game. Good defense there. And Carroll started off 11-0 or 11-0. And they held Esri to just 7 points on Saturday night. I told you that's what they needed to do, and they got it done. So it'll be a fun one down there tomorrow night, and unfortunately, it's not going to be televised, the conference championship for the women, because you've got Montana State men and Southern Utah playing in a makeup game tomorrow night. So that will be on TV, SWX. And the Carroll Rocky Women's Championship game will not be shown on TV. I get it. I mean, SWX gets to pick and choose. But it's I don't think it's a great thing for the Frontier. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Speaking of the Bobcats, how about a weekend for the Grizz? Lady Grizz with a big win over the Bobcat women on Saturday night. And both the Cat men and women really came out flat and never really got into the game. Until late, the Bobcat men ended up losing by 6, but they were down 17 yesterday at one point. And the women never really were in the game, watching some of that. So, big wins for the Grizz and the Lady Grizz. Bobcat men still lead the conference standings by a game. That's a huge one with tomorrow night. Southern Utah, that's who they lead. And they can clinch at least a share of the Big Sky title for the first time in 20 years with a win tomorrow night. So you can watch that one. That'll be fun. There was divisionals, and there was some fantastic basketball Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Buzzer beaters, Helena High winning on Thursday over Butte. Jackson Lieberg tipping it in at the buzzer. He had 14. Caden Hewitt had 20. This was Thursday. Lane Love, 33 points for Skyview. But, yeah, so let's recap our divisional winners. In Class A at the Eastern A, Fisher Brown, 22 points, and the Golden Eagles, for the first time since 1989, are the divisional champs, as Lewistown got past Glendive 64-56. Can't wait to see Fisher and his magical hair. Let's see here. At the Western A, Butte Central's Dougie Peoples, 28 points. And the Maroons got past Dillon 63-47 to win the Western A. Class B at the Northern B, Malta held off Harlem 83-67. 23 for Rex Williamson. Western B, Big Fork and Eureka win overtime. Big Fork got the win by 4, 55-51. Class C, Northern C, Roy Winifred 37-31 over Belt. Roy Winifred only scored 1 point in the first quarter and then came back to win the championship over Belt. That's how you get it done. Manhattan Christian boys beat West Yellowstone 55-41. Seth Amenrud with 22. Willem Kim 17 and 8 rebounds. And we'll get to the challenge games here in a little bit. Eastern A girls, Billings Central, a 4th consecutive. Maya Hansen, 15 points. 49-37 win over rival Havre. That's a big one. Western A, Dillon got past Hamilton. Lauren Peterson put in 18. 52-37 the final. At the Western B, Big Fork beat Thompson Falls 45-26. Northern C, Roy Winifred held off Box Elder 41-28. Maddie Hagum with 16. Isabel Hagum with 12. The Outlaws unbeaten on the year. Let's see here. Western C, Twin Bridges over Manhattan Christian 45-41. Allie Dale with 22. And we look at the big scores from Saturday. Asher Magnus of Hamilton put up 28. Caleb Ball, 28 for St. Regis. 28 for Florence Carlton's Bo Neal. That was the score as well for Colton Graham of Polson, Cedric McDonald of St. Ignatius, Brady Bance of Winnett Grass Range, Rhett Reynolds of Shelby. All had 28 on Saturday. Good stuff. Friday, some high scores. 39 for Dougie Peoples in the semis. Emmy Collins of West put up 39. Harlem's R.J. Ramon, 36. Caleb Ball of St. Regis, 31. And on Thursday, some high scores. Just looking at them. 35, Hardin Troy Huggs. 33, Lane Love Skyview. Man, some great basketball being played. And we still have, this is the great thing, we still have 2 weeks. You got divisionals in AA this week and a couple others divisions. And then you also have state, all state the following week. I'll be in Missoula March 10th through the 12th covering those. Actually, the 10th through the 13th covering those games. And look forward to that. I always enjoy watching hoops and getting to call hoops. So I'll be on the NFHS network calling the State A boys and girls. And I'll be on the call for most of them. There'll be a guy helping out, probably when I'm doing my show. But 9th through the 12th will be in Missoula. Yeah, that's right. The 9th through the 12th, Wednesday through Saturday. Reminder, no show Thursday, Friday this week. But we will be back next week. But we will be here tomorrow as well. And on Wednesday. All right, so other divisionals. You got the Eastern AA in Bozeman, or in Belgrade. West High girls will take on Gallatin, Bozeman, and then CMR. Senior Great Falls High, Belgrade Skyview. Those are the girls' matchups in Belgrade for the AA, Eastern AA. The boys, also in Belgrade, and we'll see Bozeman take on Belgrade in the opener at 9:30 in the morning. And then CMR battle Senior, Gallatin and West, Great Falls High, Skyview. At the Western AA, girls, that'll be held at Carroll College Thursday through Saturday this week. You have Hellgate against Glacier, followed by Sentinel and Helena High. We'll talk to Ben Dudek at Helena High coming up here in a little bit. And then the night games will be Capital and Butte, followed by Big Sky and Flathead. And then the boys' Western AA starts at 9:30 in the morning at Carroll with the Capital boys taking on Flathead. Helena High battles Glacier, and then the afternoon games, Big Sky against Sentinel, Butte against Hellgate. So those are the AA boys and girls East and West divisionals. You have, in addition, the Northern B at Cutbank this week, and the Southern B boys and girls down at Metro Park this week. You also have the Eastern C boys and girls at Sydney. Boys will be Wednesday through Friday, the girls Thursday through Saturday. And then what else is going on? Southern C boys at Miles City and the girls Wednesday through Saturday this week. So still some divisionals to settle up before we all get to state next week. So in addition, there was some of your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week nominees, all those great scores. Let's see, a couple of more nominees. How about your Irk Hotels Frontier Conference Players of the Week? On the men's side in the Frontier, Jovan Slavanchinin put up 22 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and a block shot in the Saints' win over MSU Northern. Danny Wagner makes it a sweep for Carroll as she goes for 14 in the 2 games last week, averaged 14. She had 18 against Providence. Saints beat Northern 73-39 in the quarters and then knocked off Providence by 12, as we mentioned, in the semifinals. Yeah, she averaged 18 points, or 14 points in the 2 wins. Forgot that the women played twice last week because they were the 3 seed. So, man, good. I mean, how can you not love this time of year, right? It's amazing. unless you were really not a basketball fan. But how can you not at this point? Did want to mention the couple of challenge games that are going on today, and both at Gallatin High in the Gallatin Valley, and it'll be we got to check that out in a second. Let's see here. Manhattan Christian girls who had such a great year have to win tonight against Shields Valley in order to go to state. How about that? And then the West Yellowstone boys will take on Shields Valley boys tonight in the Western C Challenge games down at Gallatin High, 6 o'clock, 7:30, both of those on NFHS Network. So, love it. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. When we do, we're going to chat with Guy Almquist. There was excitement last week in a win on the road Thursday night. And Coach will recap that, look ahead to divisionals, and we'll talk about Frontier basketball with Coach Almquist as well. All that and more coming up. Ben Dudek from Helena High is going to join us too. Jason Walker Show. This segment brought to you by Montana Custom Log Homes, your premier log home company in the industry. Over 50 years experience, the finest craftsmen available as well. Family owned and operated, veteran owned and woman owned. Check them out, yourcustomlog.com. Jason Walker Show coming right back. We'll talk to Guy Almquist. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. Guy Almquist next here on the Jason Walker Show.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM-certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle, and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
Everyone knows about Dinners Done Right and the convenience of the cook and carry cuisines. It's so easy to just stop by and you have something for dinner that night. But there's also one more thing you need to know about. Dinners Done Right Grab and Go Salad Bar. Yes, I said salad bar. Always the freshest ingredients, along with a daily soup and nacho bar too. So the next time you are in a rush or you just want to eat healthy, stop by Dinners Done Right for the soup, salad, and nacho bar. For monthly menus and more info, it's dinnersdoneright.com. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rucker's Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rucker's, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $299. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rucker's Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Welcome back to the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Monday. Here tomorrow and Wednesday, off Thursday, Friday. Yep, got a golf trip. Got to get outside. Got my new swing dialed in almost. We got to test it outside. So here tomorrow and Wednesday, and then back next Monday, all week next week, as we get ready for State A up in Missoula, where we'll be next Wednesday through Saturday, doing the show up there as well. And looking forward to seeing some of the great teams we saw last year up in Great Falls. Billings Central Havre girls, Hardin girls, Lewistown boys, probably the Polson boys. Man, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. You know who else can't wait is divisionals. And after having divisionals for the first time ever and lobbying for them, they had them for a couple years, and then the COVID season hit, and so they had to go back to the playoff last year. Well, now they're back to divisionals in the AA, and divisionals will take place this week. Eastern AA down in Belgrade. The Western AA will be here in Helena up at Carroll College, and that includes the top seed out of the West on the boys' side, the Capital Boys. And joining us now to chat about that and more is the head coach, Guy Almquist. He joins us now on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. All right, Coach, a successful weekend. Congratulations securing the number one seed in the Western AA. It was quite the battle, but let's go back to Thursday. You said you've never seen, I guess, a final minute like you had seen on Thursday night, and then it ended up going your way because of Braden Cook.
Yeah, crazy basketball game. I thought we were pretty much in control, and we were, and you get down to a minute 19, and we'd given up 31 points and proceeded to give up 14 points in the last minute 19, 12 in the last 45 seconds on 4 straight threes to one guy. We tried 3 different defenses, 2 different guys on him. He just got into a zone, hit some crazy shots, and all of a sudden with 3 seconds left, you find yourself behind by a point, and the crowd going crazy on the road, and we did what any smart team would do. We got the ball to our best player and got out of the way.
Take me through the play call, because did you call a timeout, or did you guys kind of just let it go?
No, we did call timeout. I think, and I think from that perspective, it's you want to draw something up, but you also want everybody, okay, catch your breath. That shot didn't win the game for them. There's still time on the clock, so let's execute here and give ourselves a chance to win. Our kids did a good job keeping their poise, not flinching. Took a couple haymakers there, and we could have easily been down on it, but they stayed engaged and did a good job executing out of the timeout. And then obviously the individual talents of Braden took over with behind the back, jump over a guy who sort of dove out of the way of him and make a leaning 3-pointer at the buzzer. It's just kind of another crazy finish for a game this season.
It's one of those deals where maybe you look back on the moment, if you were to go all the way and go, maybe that's the one. I mean, you guys have had many of those this year, but wow, unbelievable finish. And then Saturday, senior day, didn't start out really the way you wanted, but it ended the way you wanted, and you get the win.
Yeah, again, to your point about how some of these games kind of works out one way or the other. And when you're in a season, you do start to think, maybe there's something with this year. Things, are starting to go our way a little bit. We've certainly had a challenge, some ups and downs through the season, no question. But Thursday was a great finish. And then Saturday, senior night, to celebrate our 4 seniors, Jamie Michelotti, Braden Cook, Tristan Mooney, and Jacob Curry, for all the commitment and time they've given our program. A little bit of a rough start. I mean, not too bad. I thought mostly it was Butte playing pretty well. But our kids did a nice job adjusting at halftime and really came out. And that second half was very similar to maybe how we were playing before Braden took his little hiatus.
Yeah, his little hiatus. I like that. I'm glad he's healthy now as you guys move on to get ready for divisionals this week. You open up at 9:30 in the morning. We were just talking. You said that's actually not a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. As long as the other team's got the same set of circumstances, I'm fine with it. And get up, play. You don't have to sit around and think about the game all day. And once you start playing, I've never found to be a real big deal. And I know that if you can win, you've got some extra rest and you've got some time to work on your next opponent. And so I think if we handle it the way we should handle it, it can be a good thing for us.
What do you expect from Flathead? Because it's tournament time now, so it's win or go home basically. And I mean, you got to be in the top 4. Flathead's got to get in that top 4 just to get to state, obviously, like everybody else. But this can be a dangerous team.
Sure, yeah. I mean, of course, the regular season determines seeding, but now that we're in a tournament, it's everyone's starting in the same spot. So you got to win at least 2 games to get in, and they've been playing very good basketball as of late. Took us down to the wire last time we played them at their place. Had Hellgate down at Hellgate going into the fourth quarter last week. Beat Big Sky, beat Sentinel, beat Helena High. I mean, they have played pretty well in the last 3 or 4 weeks. So again, it's tournament time. AA basketball. Everyone's got good athletes, good players. It's going to be tough, and if it wasn't so tough, it wouldn't be as rewarding.
You get to play at Carroll. How cool is that for the kids?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I think it's going to be a good setting. I think we like the bigger court, frankly. And I just think I like that it's not in a home gym. If we don't have to have it in home gyms across the state for divisionals, I think it's best not to. So I think it'll be fun, and kids haven't had a chance to play there in a while. I'm looking forward to it.
Do you guys get a chance to go up and shoot around since you're technically at home? Or is it because divisionals you're not supposed to?
Be on the floor a couple weeks beforehand or whatever, but we maybe snuck in there a couple times during the course of the year.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, maybe just for there was camps and stuff, so I know that the Saints men, they had games you were able to go and watch. That's what, yeah, that's it. Guy Almquist, our guest here on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. Speaking of the Saints, I saw you at the game the other night. What a fantastic basketball game between Carroll College and Montana State Northern on Friday night. That was Northern came to play, and that was a very fun basketball game to watch.
Sure. I think if you've been around the frontier long enough, you know that Northern was going to do that. Sean Hughes does a really good job with their program. They're a very tough team. And when you the frontier, when you're playing someone for the 4th time, there are no secrets out there, and there's a lot of motivation for someone to get that first win when they know they can advance themselves to the conference championship. So those semifinals are tough games, and South Montana Tech had a tough game versus Western as well. So I thought Carroll did a good job kind of stemming that tide early, just keeping their poise and continuing to play. And again, if you've been around the frontier, you knew that was going to be tough, and tonight will be another tough.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one tonight at the PE Center for sure, with Tech coming to town. Go back to the Saints for a little bit. We've talked about freshmen over the years with Carroll. I mean, Zach Taylor was so good. Jovan was great as a freshman. There's just been, and Shamrock, lately too, but those youngsters, Cook and Long, have really grown into the role that Kurt Paulson has them under, and I think they're playing really well.
They have, and Carroll's faced some adversity, right? And they've had some guys in and out, and for various reasons, and so they've had to step up. Cook and Long and Chan, and they've all done their part, and they've had highs and lows. They've the season is not a straight trajectory upwards usually, and they've just kind of hung in there. What I like about them is they seem very competitive, very team oriented. I'm sure they were recruited mostly because of that. But when you put somebody like these freshmen that Carroll seems to have, with the talent they have, the poise they have, and real positive attitudes, they can take you a long way. And I think part of that too is having senior leadership. I think someone like Shamrock is his energy and his confidence in them and his leadership is crucial to those freshmen' success as well.
God, he's been so fun to watch, and you forget he's been here 5 years now. I mean, because of the COVID year, because he's been so good. Let me ask you about Jovan. And have you ever? I mean, we've seen some great players come through the frontier. Where does he rank in that upper echelon? Because he can do so many different things.
Yeah, he certainly, I think from a standpoint of just his versatility and how unique of a defensive cover he is, just a very rare talent in terms of having the size he has, the ability to play inside and out. He has, that little left-handed hook. It's really undefensible. I mean, and he wants to shoot it. He's going to shoot it. You've got to do a really good job of playing defense before he gets to a spot, because once he gets to that spot on the block, it's over. And then just his length of his arms, he gets rebounds. I was just noticing the last game here. 3 guys will go up, and he just reaches over the top of guys and gets rebounds. It's just got an uncanny ability to snatch the ball out of the air and anticipate where it goes. And, just a very unique basketball player. He's had a great career at Carroll, and there's just not many like him. So I think the Saints were pretty lucky to get him to Helena, Montana.
Well, and it was real lucky because he signed so late in August that his freshman year. Would you have made more threes at Carroll had Jovan been playing on your team because he passes so well?
Well, I don't know. I think when I was there, we ran the old blocker mover, and there was quite an emphasis on setting screens for myself and the Kevin Van Nice's of the world. So sure. I think I was probably pretty fortunate, actually, with what we did. We figured I couldn't get myself open, so we had to set a lot of screens to get me open. So I don't know. I might make less threes now in the Frontier, but he certainly can make others better. I think that's when he's playing at his best. Sometimes the ball can stick with him a little bit, and then other times his mindset and frame of mind are better, where he's really facilitating and reacting to double teams and get guys open shots. And when he does that, that's when Carroll's at their best.
Well, they've got a big one tonight with Tech. You got the Carroll women at Rocky tomorrow. That'll be a fun one, and a bunch of great coaches involved there. There'll be a bunch of great coaches coming to Helena this week, too, including yourself and, of course, Brandon Day already here. But there's some good ones coming with divisionals. It's fun to host. You guys get to sleep in your own bed and get a good night's rest on Wednesday. And what's in practice for this week? Like, how hard will you guys go?
Yeah, no, it is good to host, and a lot of good basketball in the PE Center this week, starting tonight. So certainly looking forward to it.
All right, Coach. Well, I appreciate the time, and we'll talk next week.
All right, sounds good, Jason. Thank you.
Guy Almquist joining us on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It was funny. He didn't want to. Did you catch that? He didn't want to answer how hard he's going to go this week. Don't give the opponent anything, right? 9:30 in the morning, though, they open up. Them and Bozeman in the Eastern AA. The two best teams in the state open up at 9:30 in the morning for their divisionals on Thursday. But, hey, it's going to be fun. Because then you can send the boys back to school, right? Or do they all get out for the day, for the week? I don't know. That's going to be a lot of fun. And again, the divisionals here in Helena start at Carroll College Thursday, starting with the guys. And mentioned it'll be Capital taking on Flathead first at 9:30, followed by Helena High Glacier at 11. And then the girls will play a couple of games. And then at 3:30, Big Sky and Sentinel play, followed by Butte and Hellgate at 5. And then the girls play, which will be fun as well. And we'll get to that right here as soon as I can get the fingers working properly. So 12:30 Thursday, Hellgate Glacier do battle, and then Sentinel and Helena High at 2. That'll be followed by the boys' games the afternoon, but then evening games, 6:30, Capital and Butte, they just played. That's a rematch, much like Helena High and Sentinel. I'll talk to Katie Garson-Forbett tomorrow, because Butte got the job done. And then Big Sky will play Flathead at 8 Thursday at the PE Center in Helena. So good basketball. If you're not doing it, if you're just a fan of hoops and you're not going out of town this week, go up to the PE Center, buy a ticket, buy the all-session pass, and watch some great basketball. Fans can go. You don't even have to wear a mask. By the way, all mask mandates basically being eliminated today, before the State of the Union address tomorrow. Political science cures all. Not science. Political science. Let's see. What else did we want? Got some nominees for your Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. That includes Josh Bannon, who had 23 against the Cats. How about Carmen Gfeller, 34 for the Lady Grizz in a win over the Bobcat women on Saturday night. So a couple of Grizz getting it done. Big Sky Track and Field Championships were a lot of fun, too. And we'll have some nominees from that coming up. What else we got going on? I think that's about it. Hey, Raccoon, on the Podbean. We got F1 Grid Talk and Raccoon, part of our listening audience. Say hey. That's fun. It's always nice to interact with the fans, too. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back. When we return, we're going to talk Helena High girls hoops. A couple of big wins to end the regular season, and Ben Dudek will join us. This segment brought to you by Rutgers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. So the little one is home sick today. Not sick. She just didn't sleep well, had a rough night, up and down. So took a nap with her today while the wife was at work. A sleepy sleeps, we call it, in her bed. And I just love it. We got it at Rutgers Furniture. It's so comfy. And it's a great bed. And it's perfect for like her and then all of her stuffed animals. And then I squeeze, on there somehow. But she's feeling better. So probably a lot of it because of that bed, Rutgers Furniture. Make the quality choice for your home at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena. Ben Dudek, when we return, Jason Walker Show.
Store-wide savings are what you'll find when you shop for new home furnishings at Rutgers Furniture. This means tremendous values on Helena's largest in-stock selection of home furnishings. When you shop Rutgers, you'll find store-wide savings on the furniture you want for every room in your home. And you'll also find our selection of Serta iComfort, the most comfortable beds in Helena. 12-month financing is available with approved credit on most purchases over $289. Ask for details. You'll find store-wide savings at Rutgers Furniture, 1010 Dearborn, Helena.
Yes, it's true that Montana is a long way from the Gulf Coast, but you can bring that Cajun flavor home with a stop at Cafe Zydeco. From po' boys to classic sandwiches, Cafe Zydeco has all the best Cajun in town. Are you in the mood for seafood gumbo or crawfish etouffee? Maybe you're craving jambalaya with some shrimp and grits. Head in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or call ahead for pickup or delivery. Cafe Zydeco will fix all your southern cravings, even on a chilly Montana day. Cafe Zydeco is a proud sponsor of The Jason Walker Show.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call State Farm agent Mike Miller in Helena today. Spring is fast approaching and summer is just around the corner, so now is the time to get those windows tinted at Auto Concepts as the sun starts to heat up. Tinting is the best way to keep the sun out of your little one's eyes driving down the road. Plus, it just looks cool. Auto Concepts is your exclusive 3M dealer for tinting, as well as the best clear bras in town. Auto Concepts clear bras will not fade or yellow over time. And don't forget about suspension lifts and power steps for your rig too. Visit AutoConceptsHelena.com or check them out on Facebook. Auto Concepts, the auto enhancement professionals.
Strength, beauty, grit, superior craftsmanship. Our homes have it all. At Montana Custom Log Homes, if you can dream it, we can build it. With 3 divisions and over 50 years experience, we've got you covered. From a showcase home to a small cabin, we make your vision a reality. Because every cowboy wants a castle for his queen. Montana Custom Log Homes, crafting homes that last for generations.
New vehicles keep coming, and Capital Collision Center keeps earning certifications to repair them. They're Helena's newest GM certified facility. No matter the make or year, they repair your car to manufacturer's standards and requirements, maintaining its safety and value. Montana state law says it's your vehicle and it's your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center, certified in GM, Subaru, and Nissan, and Helena's only shop certified in Honda, Acura, and Ford. When you value safety, go to Capital Collision Center on Euclid.
This is the Jason Walker Show.
Welcome back, Jason Walker Show on a Monday, final segment of the day. Back here tomorrow, Katie Garson-Forba. Brandon Day will join us. Let's see, Wednesday, Alex Eshelman and Lance Hartzler. We'll talk Cats with Alex, Grizz with Lance. And then off Thursday, Friday for a golf trip. Back next Monday to get set for all the state tournaments. It'll be fun. Fun next week and a half. Fun next 2 weeks, really. That includes this week, where divisionals start up for the AA. Eastern AA down in Belgrade, and the Western AA here in Helena, and that includes the Helena High girls. And joining us now to chat about his regular season finale and the difference between Montana high school tournaments and Pennsylvania is the head coach of the Bengal ladies. His name is Ben Dudek, and he joins us here on the Jason Walker Show.
3, 2, 1. All right, Coach, take me through the weekend as you wrap up regular season play in Western AA.
Yeah, so we played Thursday night, and did some really nice things. We know that we've been working on against Zones, zone team, and we were able to do some nice things there and get a win. And then we took a trip up to Sentinel, and we knew we were going to play them again on Thursday this week, just because the whole thing was going to play out the week before. So I went up there and just had a good trip with the girls. We were able to sneak out a close win in the second half there, and now that's the team we're playing again this year.
What do you take away from a game like that? Because you do play. I mean, you've played each other twice already. Is there anything that's being held back, or did you try anything new, or tell me about the difference in 5 days from now?
I think you got to take a lot with a grain of salt in a game like that. Obviously we didn't play our whole deck of cards in that game. I doubt they played their whole deck either. So, in a game like that, you're probably doing a lot of vanilla stuff. They were probably doing some stuff like that as well. And, it's kind of where you got to go back and look at some games that they played with them previous to that. To see some stuff that they were running that was similar, things that we saw Saturday. At a game like that, it's kind of tough, to really understand. So you dissect film and get into what they were doing there versus what they were doing in some other games, which our staff is doing at this point. And, just trying to put together a complete game plan for Thursday.
Ben Dudek joining us, Helena High girls coach on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. You got to be proud the way the regular season came to an end.
Yeah, for sure. With a young team, we don't have any seniors, so with a young team, we went through some highs, some lows throughout the year, and our whole thing all year was preparation for divisionals, and that we knew we were going to go through some of those learning curves and maturation processes, and I don't think we played necessarily our best game against Capital in the second crosstown, but past that one game, I think we've had a really solid 3 weeks. We're 4-2 down the stretch with a couple good wins. Moving into divisionals, I think we're peaking at the right time.
Which is what every coach says at this time of the year, is we want to be playing our best basketball going into the postseason. And are you there, or is there still work to be done?
There's obviously, you want to continue to improve, especially if, you're able to pick up a couple wins at the state. You're not where you want to be ever. Every day is important. And if we get a win on Thursday, we're going to be talking about, those little tweaks in order to make ourselves be as competitive as possible on Friday night. But what I do think we are the best we have been all year. That we have a really bought in group. They're very close. They're enjoying each other, enjoying the process. Which is a major component of this is it's a long season. It's a long season to stay connected, through some of those ups and downs. But, basketball wise, I would say we're playing as good a basketball as we've played all year, which is exactly where you want to be.
Talking with Ben Dudek here, Jason Walker Show, the Helena High girls coach, divisionals this weekend. And you open up with Sentinel, but you're at home. I know it's not your home gym, but it's a good place to be, sleeping in your own bed. How much of an advantage is that for you?
You know, I do think there is something to being in your own bed, going through film at your own school, being able to do some different things, you know, like, you know, we're going to have a little breakfast on Thursday, you know, just some things that when you're home in your own town, you're able to do, and it's a little bit more comfortable. You know, so I definitely do think there's some importance to that in the process of going through, especially a 3-day tournament, you know, when you're playing at 2 and then possibly 12:30 or 6:30 the next day, and there's a lot of downtime. So to be able to do some things that are normal, I think is good in a situation like this. But in the end, it didn't matter whether teams were home or away in the West this year. It was dog and dog. So I would expect every team's best, because I think every team realizes they're one good stretch away from getting to the destination that they want to get to. And I think everybody's had that same goal at state. You know, I mean, everybody wants to be there. So I would expect everybody's best coming out of us, just like we're going to give everybody our best.
You've got a postseason in Montana under your belt. This will be your second as the head coach. How does it compare to high school hoops on the East Coast, back where you're from?
It's significantly different. You know, last year, this is actually my first divisional, and hopefully my first state, because last year we didn't really have it. You know, we didn't have a divisional. We played one game up in Glacier. It was a play-in game, and we came up short. So this will be my first experience in that. It is significantly different. You know, in Pennsylvania, you're playing 16-team tournament, 20-team tournament, you know, in some divisions, and you play on Wednesday, and then you don't play again until Saturday, and then you play the following Wednesday. So you have at least 2 days between each contest and the playoffs back there, which is a significant difference, right? Because, I mean, you get to win, get to come back, maybe fix some things that, your team needs to do that, next day, and that following day works as the prep. So you really got to prep for all situations within a very short period of time, or at least the ones that are more likely for you. But again, still focus on that first game, because that first win is so important. So it's different. It's definitely going to be a learning process for me, but just trying to prepare as well as we can as a program to not only for Thursday, but for possible situations after.
So you're obviously preparing for Sentinel, but which assistant's preparing for Hellgate and which one's preparing for Glacier?
Well, preparing for it's not just them too. It's what could come after that as well. Because again, it's just such a quick turnaround. I think the benefit for us, right, is that we play at 2 on Thursday, and no matter what, we got almost 24-hour period of time turnaround. So it's that Saturday one that's kind of the focus, because that'll be such a quick turnaround, and we won't know what we're playing until Friday. So we're just trying to get some prep done there. But again, we play these teams twice. Hellgate is who they are. We're just going to have to be the best we can be in a situation like that. And Glacier, they're a really good, scrappy team, and we'll have to get on that. But the nice thing about this situation, just to go against kind of what Pennsylvania is used to, is like while you get the prep, you're also playing on the same night as those teams in Pennsylvania.
Right.
So here, it is nice because you see the Glacier and the Hellgate game before, and then you're able to go to the nightcap games and kind of do your own scouting in that process. So there's definitely some benefits and some drawbacks. That's a huge benefit of being able to go to the games, sit there, do your own scouting.
All right, Ben Dudek, Helena High girls coach, I'm going to put you on the spot. Are we going to see a crosstown divisional championship?
Are we going to see a crosstown divisional championship? We better. No, that's the goal, right? I mean, just like we talked about last week, and I wish them nothing but the best unless we're playing them. So the goal would be for both of us to get there, and then to have a nice time going to see who's the 1 or the 2 going to the state.
Well, there you go. Well, you can't get there unless you win on Thursday afternoon up at Carroll College at the PE Center. Helena High, Sentinel in the first round, 2 o'clock tip-off approximately. Just be prepared for that's another thing you need to be prepared for is things never start on time unless it's the first game of the day.
Well, gee, look, it's an hour and a half. All those times come out. I was like, holy cow, get those games over quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, you also don't have to wait for JV to finish up, which is really nice.
True.
Which is really, really nice. Nothing against the younger kids, but when you get to postseason, it's nice not to have the JV games.
Yeah, and it's nice, too, because our boys play at 11, so it's one of those things where, we don't ever get to go to the boys' games across town, so be able to have that camaraderie between the two programs is really nice in a format like this as well. So that'll be fun for the girls and the guys to kind of cheer each other on. So excited for that.
Oh, for sure. Well, it's even better is they don't have to go to school all day. So there's that too.
There you go.
That's like 2 Thursdays, Fridays in a row that, you don't have to go to school. So they got to be loving that. Potentially. Yeah. Potentially.
Yeah.
Hey, good luck.
Makeup work.
Yes, exactly. Yep. That's why you got bus trips and hotel rooms. Good luck on Thursday. And hopefully we're chatting next week about you guys heading off to state.
Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Ben Dudek on the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline, Helena High girls coach. All of our guests appear via the Mike Miller State Farm Hotline. It's not just a bundle. It's your home. It's your auto. And Mike understands that. Get a hold of Mike Miller State Farm in Helena today. Man, it's going to be so much fun, divisionals. I'm almost bummed that I'm going to miss it for golf. But it's golf season, right? I had a bunch of buddies just got back from Miami. They played at Doral over last week. I got one buddy since January, the end of January, he's been to Oregon to golf at Bandon Dunes, which is a bucket item. Next year I'm going to go. And then right after that, he played at down in California for like a week. At the same time, another buddy was in Palm Springs, California, golfing. And then they went to Miami and golfed together, along with some other buddies. And then at Trump Doral, they said it was absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then he comes back, got home yesterday, and then we leave on Thursday for Idaho for golf. Idaho/Washington. Lewiston/Clarkston. So I've just been playing indoors on the simulator. And simulator league was tough yesterday. It was tough. My wife and I struggled. It was a scramble, and neither one of us could really get anything going. She was drilling putts. So she played fantastic. But we couldn't get anything going together, and she played great. Like, on her own, she probably would be in the money, but she had me holding her up. So I give her all the credit for keeping us alive yesterday in our golf league. But, yeah, she was all over it. Draining putts. The only thing she missed out on was some chipping, but her drives were great. Her approach shots were great. Super good. Sorry, honey, I blew us the money. All right, let's do our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. We had some great nominees, as we do each and every week here on the Jason Walker Show. And, man, it was tough because it's so basketball heavy right now. But it's really, really hard to pick a non-basketball, but we're gonna. And it's going to be Helena Carter, the former Capital standout. Won the 60 hurdles, I believe, in Big Sky Conference record, for sure MSU record time. And Helena Carter of Capital and Montana State is our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week, winning the 60 hurdles down at the Big Sky Indoor Track and Field Championships in Bozeman. So congratulations to Helena. Great family. Her dad's a big dude. Big dude. But congratulations. That's really, really cool. And there was some other area products that did pretty well too. Trying to read, and it's hard. Let's see here. Yeah, we talked about Helena Carter, and she's just a junior for MSU. And so, yeah, it broke the school record for the third time in the last 4 weeks. It went 8.45 in the 60s. Also finished fourth in the long jump. So Derek Olson, Helena High kid, went 7.81 in the 60 hurdles. He finished in the finals, though, 7th. And it was he got screwed. Because he finished first in the heat, or in the race, but the starting gun didn't fire the timing device, so they had to rerun it, and he ended up finishing 7th. Leah Carter for the Bobcats ran PRs. Audrey Bloomquist was down in Gunnison for the Rocky Mountain Indoor Conference Championships for the D2s. And her and Missy Moreni of Capital both at UCCS in Colorado Springs there. Justin Jenks down at Pueblo, runner-up in the shot put. Hannah Rohr-Fitzhugh of Capital, Westminster in the 5,000. She owns a school record there. But Elena Carter is our Auto Concepts Performance of the Week. If you are looking to get your car performing to the max abilities and looking good, make sure you take it to Auto Concepts in Helena. All right, on this day is brought to you by Pinkerton Leather, combat veteran-owned company out of Wyoming. Casey's from Montana. They make all their products in America with American leather. Pinkerton Co. on Facebook, pinkertonleather.com. Use the discount code MTSports10 for a 10% discount on all products. February the 28th, it is Rare Disease Day. It is National Chocolate Souffle Day. It is National Floral Design Day, Public Sleeping Day, and Tooth Fairy Day. On this date in 1940, the first televised basketball game, Pittsburgh beats Fordham 50-37. 1960, the 8th Winter Olympic Games closed up in Squaw Valley the same day that the U.S. hockey team won gold with a 9-4 win over the Czechs. 1971, PGA Championship, PGA National. Jack Nicklaus goes wire-to-wire for his second career Grand Slam. Let's see, 1988, the 15th Winter Olympics closed in Calgary. And in 2010, the 21st Winter Olympic Games closed in Vancouver. Happy birthday, 1890, Joe Malone. He was a Canadian Hockey Hall of Fame center. He was the only guy in NHL history to score 7 goals in one game. Happened back in 1920. Won the Stanley Cup in 1912, 1913 with Quebec Bulldogs, and 1924 with the Montreal Canadiens. Mario Andretti, born on this date in 1940 in Montana, Italy. Allie Larder, born on this day in 1976. Allie Larder, how she relate to sports? She was the whipped cream girl in Varsity Blues with James Vanderbeek. 1906, Bugsy Siegel was born. He was the guy that basically created Las Vegas with the casinos. 1983, the final TV episode of MASH aired, a 2-hour special. Goodbye, Farewell, Amen. A record 125 million watched in the U.S. It's still one of the top 10 all-time shows ever. And on this date in 2009, Paul Harvey passed away. And now you know the rest of the story. On this day in history, brought to you by Pinkerton Leather Company. Check them out, pinkertonco.com, pinkertonleather.com, rather. MT Sports 10, a 10% discount on all products. We'll see you tomorrow on Treasure State Radio, because they're going to leave us, but we're going to do this.
We're almost at the end of the show. What did we learn? And what did he miss? Time for the walk-off.
The walk-off is brought to you by Cafe Zydeco, where the Big Easy meets the Big Sky. Fun day today. Had a great weekend, too. It was busy. Babysat for my brother, whose little one is 6 days younger than our little one. So the two of them together was a lot of fun. It was a good time. And then golf yesterday. So, all right. Thanks to Guy Almquist, Ben Dudek for joining us today. Tomorrow, Katie Garson-Forba, Brandon Day will join us. We'll talk divisionals. Wednesday, Alex Eshelman and Lance Hartzler. And if you miss anything, go to jasonwalkershow.com. We are presented by Capital Collision Center. Montana State Law says it's your vehicle. It is your choice where you have it repaired. Choose Capital Collision Center. See you tomorrow. Right here, Jason Walker Show, starting at 4.
The Jason Walker Show is produced by the Jason Walker Media Company. Any reuse, rebroadcast, or retransmission without the express written consent of the Jason Walker Show is strictly prohibited. Just listen, watch, and enjoy.